everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel. I am here today with an update video, which I really, I've needed to get this done for such a long time and I just keep putting it off because I keep starting pulling a new project out, and then I'm like, okay, once I finish this project and I'm ready to put it away, then I will make my update video, and then I just end up pulling out new projects. So now I have like 6 projects to show and I have a new start, so I just need to get it done. So the first thing I will show is my new start. My new start was the Keyblades to the Kingdom Stitch Along, which is by Stitchy Rin. They are on YouTube, they have a YouTube channel, and they also are on Instagram by the same name, Stitchy Rin. And there is a Facebook group where you can, they post when the new parts come out, and there's also just other information. You can post your pictures and stuff in there. And the Facebook group is, I think, just Keyblades to the Kingdom Stitch Along. I can't speak. And so here is where I am on the first part of the Stitch Along. I really need to get working on this more, but I have the Keyblades part almost done, and then I also have been doing the Keyblades as I go. So we have 2 Keyblades done. It's adorable. I love it. So this Stitch Along, for people who don't know, is for the game Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts just had its 20th anniversary in March, which was super exciting. They announced the 4th game, plus they announced a mobile cell phone game. I haven't played the cell phone game, so I don't really know much about that. I've played all the other games across all the different platforms, because at this point it's been on so many different systems that it's kind of ridiculous, but I haven't played the cell phone ones for some reason. My cell phone dies enough without me playing games on it, so that's probably not a good idea to start playing games on it. But yeah, so this is stitched on 18 count Ada that I had dyed myself. I was originally going to use it for a long dog sampler, and then I ended up not using it for that. And so I was like, we'll just use it for this because, I don't know, I like pink. It will work. So there's why I'm on this. And oh, I also ended up getting, there was a needle minder that was posted in the Facebook group where you could buy it only through the Facebook group, and it's from Fangirl Fibers, and I love it. It is Mickey, because in Kingdom Hearts, Mickey Mouse is in it, and he is King Mickey, and yeah, I had to have it. So there's that, and then we will get into my whips that you have previously seen and just show you the updates on them. So I will start with this one. This is the one that I actually just most recently worked on, because for Easter weekend I was at my parents' house. It was also my dad's birthday that weekend, and so when I go to my parents' house I usually like to bring something that is easy to stitch on with one color. So I brought Opening Gambit by Long Dog Samplers, and I will be posting pictures of everything, of what it looks like when it's finished and what it looked like the last time you saw it. So I'm not going to say that for every whip this time. I'll just, it's there. It'll be coming. So here's where I am on it now. Whoa, it's floppy. Just let the fabric, okay, there we go. I am stitching this on 18 count opalescent fabric, and I am using Silks for You. That is, I dyed it purple. It was originally natural, but I didn't want to have natural silk anymore because I had bought it for a long dog sampler that I had already finished, and so yeah, I just had a whole bunch left. I'm stitching it 1/1. That was my kid's tablet. I am sorry. Apologies for that. And yeah. Oh, changes to the chart. I added the little boos, which I had already done one of them the last time you saw it, but then I stitched the other little boo, and they are just so adorable. The boos, if you don't know, are from the Mario video games. The spooky little boos that come and get you when you move, and I thought it was very fitting because it says your move, and they move when you turn. I don't know. So the next chart that I will show is Sanctuary by Charting Creations. This was a chart that I was trying to get to 5%, and I hadn't worked on it since the 24 hours of cross stitch marathon, the last one. And it had been in my, I have a little cart that is next to where I stitch, and it has projects that I want to work on, and it had just been sitting there. So I was like, I need to stitch on this. I need to get it off the cart and get it put away. So I pulled it out and I got it to 5%. This is being stitched on 28 count, 2/1 tent stitch. And I love the way that it looks, but it's also a major pain in the butt to stitch because there's so much confetti. So like the wings are just like super duper thick. Like I can feel like a texture difference kind of when I run my finger over it because there's so many color changes that there's so many threads that are like ended in that little area. And so it's like, it's gonna be thick. So there was that. And now I can get this put away because like I said, it's at 5% now. I can put it away and pull out my next project that I want to get to 5%. And then the next project is one that I haven't showed in a very long time because I haven't worked on it in a long time. And that is what I'm calling my Sprite Sampler. And for this one, I am putting it together. Basically, I'm just finding charts online that I like that are like anime or video game themed. And I'm just kind of putting them all together so I can just have them on one piece of fabric instead of having a lot of smaller finishes that I actually have to finish somehow. And the ones that I am starting with were the characters from the anime Bleach, and here is where I am on it right now. I had already finished Rukia when I had first started this like forever ago, and then I finished Orihime, and then I am working on Ichigo. And I pulled this out because I actually started reading the manga, and I also was rewatching the anime. So I was like, I want to work on this while I am doing that. And so yeah. So before I put this away, I will probably at least try and get Ichigo finished. And then that might be it for the characters that I do from Bleach. And then here is where Sailor Venus is going to be because I decided that I wanted to have Sailor Venus on this. And like I said, this is just going to be a lot of like video game or anime things just all thrown into it. There's like Professor Layton characters that I want to put into this. Are things from The World Ends With You, which is another video game that I want to put into this. And there's just some Final Fantasy characters. It's gonna be amazing whenever I actually work on it more. But so there's that. And then the next one I will show is Witcher. I think I'm stitching the large version, and this chart is from Thread Geeks. And here it is. I am so in love with this chart. So I finished all of the 310. And I love it. I'm stitching this on 25 count, 2/1 tent stitch. Yeah, I love it. I wanted to keep working on it, but I was also like, I have so many whips that I cannot just focus only on this, even though I really wanted to just start the next color on it. And I actually think that now that I finished all of the 310 on this, that I will finally start Yennefer and then work on the 310 on her next. So he might be put away for a little bit, but like I said, I love it. I love it so much. So, the next two are ones that I really technically, I just need to get them finished. Like, there's no reason for them to not be finished at this point because there's not that much left. So the first one I will show is Sunflower Seeds for Ukraine, which is from Witch's Garden Crafts on Instagram. And this chart was one where she donated the profits or profits from the chart to a charity for Ukraine, and then now the chart I think is just free, and then you can just donate money directly to wherever you would want to. So here is where I am, and like I said, I should just have this finished at this point because there's not that much left. I need to finish so they grow when you die, and then there's some like skulls at the bottom. And I think according to Pattern Keeper, I'm like 70% finished. So like I said, it just needs to be finished. There's no reason not to get finished and at least have a whip crossed off of my list. And this is being stitched on 28 count, 2/2 full cross on some fabric that I had dyed. And then the very last project, this is the last one, I've made it through all of them, is my Lunar Princess stitch along from Sleeping Luna Designs with some modifications. So here it is. I changed the center, and the center was originally a moon and a rose, but I switched it to be Serenity and Endymion from Sailor Moon. And I love it, but The reason why I haven't really been working on it that much is it's a paper chart and it doesn't, it's a PDF, it doesn't work in Pattern Keeper, and it doesn't work in any of the other cross stitch apps that I have, because I also have Markup, what is it? I can't remember the name of it. There's a Markup RXP, I think is what it is. And then I also have Cross Stitch Saga, which you need a different file for you need it to be like a Saga file for it to work in Cross Stitch Saga. And I don't think it works in any of them. So I had to print it out, and it's a color chart, and it's just a pain in the butt to look at because like all the dark colors, the symbols just all look really similar. So it's not fun, but I need to just get it finished. This is 28 count, 2/2 full cross. Yeah, it's gonna look great when it's finished, but like paper charts are not my favorite anymore, so it's going slow. And that is everything that I worked on. My plans coming up is it's a 24 hours of cross stitch marathon weekend. I think that I might participate in the marathon this weekend, which I need to decide like now because it's already Friday morning. So if I'm gonna do it, I need to start stitching like right now so I can get some hours in. And yeah, so if I do that, I will probably work on 3 projects like I did the last time I did it. I would maybe start Yennefer and do 8 hours on Yennefer, and then I'm trying to think, maybe do 8 hours on the Keyblades to the Kingdom stitch along, because the next part comes out on I think the 27th or the 28th, so I would really like to be farther along on it so that I'm not really behind when the next part comes out. And then I would need to pick a 3rd chart, which I mean, I should technically pick like something like this, which could probably be finished in that 8 hours, but I don't know. So we will see what I end up doing, but I think that is all that I have for this video. I hope that everyone is doing well and getting a lot of stitching in, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.